Hey everybody, we're here. Five for talking. New episode. I got Caps here. Say hi, Caps.
Hi, Caps.
That was good. He's that guy. We got the Leafs talk right here. Five for talking, and you know who does it? He's the host.
All right. So I just want to get your thoughts. Let's do this right off the bat. What do you think so far?
Of what?
Overall,
Oh,
man, their performance. Come on, man.
I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. Um,
We'll
this is
get
the
into the
best.
specific stuff like later on, but
This
just
is
overall,
this is the best. Is that English? This
I
is
didn't know
the
what you said.
this is the as good as they've been ever. I think.
It's a couple of hiccups against Edmonton, I guess, because
Yeah, but Edmonton's good.
I don't think so.
Edmonton is not playing good, but they should be good. Edmonton is the Leafs. This year, Edmonton is playing like the Leafs did the last 3 years, where on paper they should be an amazing team, and they're just not.
So they're not good.
They're not playing well right now, but they're still a good team. They
Okay,
can
so
put up a
because they're
fight.
not playing well,
Yeah, but they're
the
still a
Leafs
team that.
probably should not have lost that game.
No, they should still have lost.
Okay.
Listen, it's not you're not facing Ottawa, who you also lost to. You're not bringing up when they lost to Ottawa,
Yeah,
but
but is it fair to
Edmonton.
say it's fair to say that Toronto has come a long way since that first game or that like second game against Ottawa?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I feel like they look the same. They've just figured out how to put it together. Like they had all the
So they're not the
pieces.
same.
Oh, okay, listen. They had all the pieces. Okay, you everything was there to build the puzzle. They just didn't put it together yet.
So I
You could
guess
you
like
could see how good Matthews was. You could see how good Marner was. You could see what Brody was doing. They weren't putting it in a way that was making them win yet. And now they're doing that, and that's good.
so they've come a long way since that Ottawa game.
I wouldn't say a long way, but they went somewhere.
I think it's a big difference between what we're seeing now and what we saw against Ottawa. I think you're getting a lot more consistency out of them. If I can't even say it, consistency. um, and I think to your point, they are putting it together, but it's just it's just a lot more consistent.
Yeah, that's
And
okay.
I
That makes
think right
sense.
now we are definitely seeing what Brody is all about. Brody is like,
Brody and Muzzin are playing so well that I'm very happy.
and I think Riley's settled in because of Brody. I
He,
think Hall looks
yeah,
really good
uh,
because of Muzzin, and
yeah.
Bogosian looks pretty.
Bogosian looks good, okay, and Ledman looked
I
good
like
in his like
Bogosian.
11 seconds of game time.
I,
Um,
I I don't know where Keith thinks that he's not ready. I think he's
yeah,
fine.
he looked pretty good while he was on the ice. I don't think Hall looks that good, but I agree with what you said. I think Muzzin playing as good as he does is making Hall look really good.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to defend Hall a little bit. Like he's one of the few that would actually block shots.
Oh no,
You know what I mean?
he knows his role. That's what's good about him. But I still sticking with it that he's the slowest player on the team, and you could see it.
All right. So this is a pretty cool segue. This leads into my next question. Dermott. So is he the odd man out then?
Yeah, he's been the odd man out. I
Should
think
he be the odd man
you know
out?
what I don't want to quote us because like I'm not gonna go back and look. I'm gonna be honest, but I don't think any of us was ever very keen on Dermott for this season. Like I feel like we all doubted him, and I could care less. I say trade him.
Okay. Another cool segue.
Would that work out for you?
Well, no, because like in the last 2 days, and you saw when I posted on the message in our chat, there have been a couple of rumors where the Leafs have been discussing with two teams. I believe one was Calgary and the other one is Pittsburgh about some sort of a deal with Dermott, possibly Dermott, and bringing back a depth forward, more so a person who is, um, I guess, more gritty, has a lot more grit, sticks up for the teammates. someone pretty close to someone similar to Simmons, I guess. Do you think that's a good idea?
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you, I'll give you two reasons. One, because you're finally starting to mesh together as a team. You don't need a change right now. There's nothing about this team that tells me there's something missing. You have all the pieces right now. It just needs to come together. Plus, Joe Thornton's not even playing. I get it, especially with Bargo, does not like Ingval, and I'm okay with that. But that line has not affected us to the point where it needs a shakeup. And defense, I'd rather have the extra piece hanging around for the defenders than give it up for another forward that we don't need.
It's funny because Sandin hasn't even played a single game yet,
Yeah.
but he's always shuffling. Keefe is always shuffling that fourth line. It's like you got guys coming in and out. I've seen Travis Boyd, Anderson come in. Last game, you've seen Patan come in.
Who's playing with Bogosian?
It was Dermott last game, but he got injured.
And so Lettinen is going to be
Lettinen's going to be back in for tomorrow's game.
Why not put Sandin and put Lettinen on the forwards? He has because he's fast. He has an offensive ability, and he's going to benefit you when you're penalty kill when you could play three defensemen.
No, I wouldn't take him off the defense. No, I wouldn't do that.
But you'd rather have Ingval?
They're shuffling guys back and forth.
Yeah, but he's better than all those guys.
Engvall didn't even play last game. Engvall didn't even play last game.
Yeah, good.
So what do they need to move up Lettinen to forward for?
So why do they need a forward if they don't need forwards?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw.
I'm
not saying that they do need one or they don't.
It wasn't a
me
me proving you wrong thing. It was just a you proving my point makes sense, right? Like
no, but maybe they're looking for a certain type of person to come in and just be a lot more, bring a lot more grit. I don't know. I'm not disagreeing.
Well, who's the Pittsburgh guy?
No, I don't know that. That wasn't revealed in the rumor. The only thing that was revealed was the potential trade between them and possibly Calgary by bringing back Sam Bennett. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, Bargo had the idea of sending.
Bargo kept adding more people to the trade. I was like, I don't understand. You don't need to trade anyone extra.
I would just do a 1-for-1. Like, why?
I would not trade Kerfoot for Bennett. Like, honestly, I know what you're saying, and I was just being like a dick in the chat. But like, Bennett doesn't bring you any more grit than you have. He brings you maybe a little more defensive ability and a little bit better face off at the dot. His offensive abilities are weak. And he's not like a fighter or anything.
Who on the team would you consider as gritty?
Wayne Simmons. So Bennett is nothing like that.
I know, I understand that, but it's just Simmons. Maybe a little bit of Hyman.
You don't need any more.
I don't know. If it makes sense, it makes sense.
Especially another center is my point, right? You don't need another center. You already have like two centers playing on the wing. You have three centers playing on the wing because Marner's a center.
Yeah. One thing I did want to point out is Kerfoot. I don't know if I did message you guys about it, but he seems to be very undisciplined. He takes really dumb penalties. And every time he takes a penalty, he always looks at the referee. He's like, what did I do? And then they show the replay, and it's so obvious. It's kind of annoying. I don't know if you noticed that.
I don't know. To me, this is my opinion. I think that without a doubt, Kerfoot is playing better now than he did last season. But I can't deny the fact that his weird ability to take penalties that are so stupid and then pretend like he doesn't know that he did that is like next level. Like, he deserves an award just for having the ability to believe that you didn't do anything wrong. Like, what? Like, he fully meant to trip a guy, and then he's like, what did I do?
Yeah, I thought even last game he was holding on to somebody else's stick, and then he got called for the penalty. And he's like, I just like puzzled look on his face. Like, really?
I do like his little bit of defensive ability that he has, and I do like him on offense, and I think he's really fast. Like when
really
he,
fast. Yeah.
and
But
I
I
think
just
we
think
do
that,
need that.
those kind of penalties
Yeah,
can definitely cost your team the game if he
100%.
doesn't
And I
watch
think that's
out.
gonna come. He's gonna get a minutes restriction. I can see it coming. If he keeps doing that, he's gonna get fourth lined and like or benched or something.
Spezza, what do you
Amazing.
he's just, I don't know.
I just want
Like
to.
I felt so bad when he was put on waivers. Like I couldn't understand that.
But the good thing about that was like I know you seem to feel the most like upset for him, where I was just upset at the team. But all of us knew he was gonna come back. Like it just seemed ridiculous that they would do that. And a thing last night that we didn't even talk about, or sorry, well, who did they just face? Vancouver, who looks absolutely brutal. Um, Spezza scored a goal like off a perfect pass that he sniped top corner, and you can see that he still has those abilities. He just doesn't have the ability to carry the puck end to end anymore. If he can score,
Who was the person that passed to him?
I don't know, Nylander, right?
Patan.
Was it?
Patan.
Was it? Oh, I thought it was
Patan.
Nylander made a nice pass that
Sweet
game
hands
too.
for Patan, man.
Hands for
Sweet hands for
Patan.
Patan. So, hey, man, I'm just gonna say it straight up. No, but how about that break that I don't know if you would call it a breakaway goal, but his
I know what you're talking about, where he cut in
yeah,
front.
that
That
sweet
speed
goal.
came out of nowhere too. Did you see how he was not moving, and then all of a sudden he picked up so much speed? Like he
Yeah.
still has it. He at one point, like people might not even know this. I'm sure a lot of people do. At one point, Jason Spezza was an absolutely elite player, like a
Hmm.
monster. Like he played 7 or 8 seasons where he could have put up 100 points, and injuries or the team that he was on, like stuff like that, right?
Was
But
he on a line with Alfredson and Healy,
yeah,
I think?
don't forget how much Heatley's points went up per game once he started playing with Spezza. Heatley
Mhm.
was already good, but
Simmons, good on him for being on the second line. I think
I
it's a great thing to happen to him. I think he
he
deserves it.
he still shows flashes of what he can do offensively, which is what I like. But he's completely bought into the fact that he's not that he doesn't have to play that role. On this team, he has one job, and it's to make sure people don't mess with anyone else and to block the goalie and mess with the goalie. And he does it, and good for him.
But he could like I never knew him to be such a fast skater. All of a sudden, I'm watching him in the last few games, and dude,
Well,
that guy could skate.
I always felt like he
I
was
think we
like that.
talked about this last podcast, last episode as well.
I think that Simmons is a pretty good skater. He doesn't use the ability. His years in Philadelphia, they didn't really play a speed game, so he wasn't really like showing off his speed. That's all I can give you for that. In LA, you saw how fast he was.
I'm going to say something, and you can agree with me. You don't have to agree
I
with me, but
disagree.
I want to hear your opinion. I think Hyman should be taken off that first line.
I have an opinion, and you might not like this opinion. Actually, you're gonna like this opinion. I'm pretty sure it was me and you. Bargo maybe even add to this that we never liked Hyman. I've accepted Hyman over the last season or two. I still don't like him. I don't think he brings you anything in the form of hockey ability. He's a guy who isn't even better than a lot of the players playing in other teams' AHL markets. He's just found a way to fit to make it work for this team. And I got to give him credit for that. The thing I don't like, which I mentioned to you guys, is that he's starting to believe in himself to the point where he's trying to score. He wants to score. He gets the puck and he makes moves to the net. He needs to go back to the old way he was playing, where all he did was dig and get in people's way and pass the puck to Marner and Matthews, is what I think.
I think the other thing is that he's getting paid $2.4 million, and I don't think.
I mean, I don't
I
think
don't
he's
think
worth
they.
it, but I think he earned it.
Yeah, I think he did earn it, but on this team, I don't think it's needed.
I agree. I mean, you know what? Okay, your Bennett thing. I know you have this thing, but if you trade a Hyman who frees up a spot that is actually useful, then I think getting Bennett fits in somewhere. Because I don't see you trading a bottom like four player and then having a spot to fit him in. Like you have to move people around. Once you take Hyman out of the mix, you have openings now to put someone, and you take out that salary, like you said. That's actually not a bad idea. And I'm seeing that more so in the fact of the salary.
Yeah, yeah. I think at this point, because they need to make room like every few games by trying to waive someone or whatever the fact is, I think at this point with this team, that 2.4 mil just doesn't make
Yeah,
sense
I don't
to
know
have.
how much does
And
Bennett get paid?
I'm not sure.
I
I'm
never
not
looked
sure
at
about
that.
that. But
Here, I'll search.
especially when you have Thornton coming in and out of that top line. I know now he's injured, but it just doesn't make sense to have Hyman there. I mean, um, you have Mikheyev just waiting in the wings. I would even put Simmons on that line and have Mikheyev play with Nylander and Tavares, which he was doing last year. Um, so you would be reuniting him with those two guys, and you put Simmons on that first line with Marner and Matthews. You know, you could
Yeah.
swap him out with Thornton when he does come back. I don't know. I don't know if Hyman should be on this team anymore. I mean, he's a great player,
I mean, but
but
to
that
you,
it's just that 2.4 mil
yes, okay,
just
but
doesn't make sense.
bigger issue is that Sam Bennett is 2.6 mil.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that's
That's
worth it
probably
either.
that's probably where that's probably the reason. All right, man. Any standouts to you? Any standouts that
Um,
last few games when you were watching?
we
Anything that you've
gone
been seeing?
through.
Anderson?
Anderson has played better. He still gets let down in really weird situations, and I think his ability to be on top of his game and make amazing saves in critical, extremely hard moments is very good. But then he also has this negative side where things that shouldn't go in so easily. Like there's times where it looks like he's not even paying attention and someone just walks in and scores and he's like doesn't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Any other standouts?
to me, like not really standouts, but this is all I have. The top four paid players on this team are playing like they're getting paid as the top four players on this team, and it's about time.
How do you think they'll do tomorrow night against Vancouver? And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I don't think you're going to see the same Vancouver team tomorrow night. I think they're going to come on a little more strong than they did
I
last
think the
night.
Leafs are still going to win.
Yeah.
I
But
think
I
it's
don't
going to
think it's going to be a
be.
blowout.
I think it's either going to be 4-2 or 4-3 in overtime for the Leafs.
Okay.
I think no one's going to get blown out 2 games in a row unless you really are that bad. If they do get blown out though, then they really are that bad.
All right. Last episode, I asked you a question. I'm going to ask you that question again. Marner and Matthews.
Matthews.
Um, no. Shush. Marner and Matthews. I asked you whether or not they should be in the same discussion as McDavid and Draisaitl. Last episode, you said flat out no. Has that changed? All right. I'm done.
Like for our NHL talk episode, I got some things that will debunk that, but no. I think that there's no better 1-2 punch right now than McDavid and Draisaitl, and half the time they don't even play together.
Most of the time, they don't play
Yeah,
together.
so I don't know. All right, let's end this episode. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know who's your favorite Leaf in the comment. And yeah, peace out.